The war in Ukraine is still raging. June 12th, 2026. A Russian soldier walking straight toward an FPV drone waiting in ambush, completely unaware of what was directly in front of him. The drone activates. He panics. Instead of raising his weapon to fire, he grabs it by the barrel and swings it like a club at the drone. Seconds later, he becomes its target. In open terrain on the front line, the last thing seen by an African mercenary fighting for Russia, who was wandering aimlessly, was an FPV drone. One of the most striking moments on the front line was when the soldier, upon encountering an FPV drone, tried to stop it with a stick, but striking the drone made no difference at all. A Ukrainian FPV drone operator was scanning a small shack when he spotted a Russian soldier crouched on his knees. The soldier was in such a state of panic that he didn't even move. What stood out was the pair of crutches lying beside him. A Russian soldier is running, an FPV drone closing in behind him, while a reconnaissance drone tracks his every move from above. He is moving through rough mining terrain. He scrambles down a dirt embankment toward a water pool below, trying to escape the FPV drone chasing him. But the drone follows him down. He is still moving when it reaches him. The blast collapses the loose earth, burying the soldier beneath it. North of Shakov, Azov Brigade operators working this sector. North-Slobozhansky direction, Black Falcon Group spotted a Russian Tor air defense system moving across open terrain. The operator tracks it and waits. 4 Russian soldiers appear and begin boarding the vehicle. The strike comes moments later. The Tor system and its crew are destroyed in a single hit. A system designed to protect Russian forces from aerial threats, destroyed from the air while its crew was still getting inside. Lyman direction, Signum Battalion. Dense vegetation, the kind of cover Russian soldiers rely on most. Watch the operators work. Through the leaves, through the bushes, through the tree lines. Every soldier eventually found. The green cover becomes the background to their location. Spot, track, strike. The same sequence every time. The pattern is clear. Experienced operators don't need a clear line of sight. They need patience and knowledge of the terrain, and Signum has both. A drone operator detected soldiers hiding among the ruins and immediately launched an attack. What stood out was the condition of the soldiers who saw the drone approaching. 3 older men, unable to even understand what was happening before they became targets. This footage shows a Magyar Birds FPV drone moving at high speed in southern Donetsk. The operator spots a distant figure and quickly identifies it as a soldier. With a small maneuver, the drone changes direction and closes in. The drone was moving so fast that the soldier could only look at it approaching. The last thing he saw was the drone. 1 drone, 1 soldier, one of the most desperate scenes on the front line. The soldier didn't even have a weapon. All he had in his hands was a water bottle. He tried to evade the drone by circling around a wrecked vehicle, searching for any possible cover. In a last attempt, he threw the bottle at the drone, but it changed nothing. Even resting on the front line offers no safe space. These soldiers were simply taking a short break when they encountered FPV drones. Nowhere is safe anymore. The entire front line is effectively under drone control. One of the most unusual moments on this front. A 110th UAS unit drone closing in on a Russian soldier. And he just sits there. No reaction. No attempt to run. No attempt to fight back. The drone approaches slowly, and he watches it come. Whether this was exhaustion, resignation, injury, or something else entirely, impossible to tell from the footage. He didn't move. The drone arrived. Another similar moment. A drone spots 2 Russian soldiers lying in ambush on the ground, and they are caught in a trap. They try to run, but one of them fails to escape. Only a trained soldier can react fast enough to take down a drone the moment it is first spotted. In this footage, a Ukrainian drone first attacked a trench position. The soldier inside was seen trying to cover the damaged trench with debris. But then a second, more powerful strike followed. Rubaka unit. A Russian soldier on a motorcycle, moving fast along the road. He spots the drone behind him and accelerates. He knew what was coming and pushed harder, but no matter how fast he rode, a drone closing in at 150 kilometers per hour is faster. The FPV connects, then a second explosion, most likely the ammunition he was carrying in his backpack. An FPV drone targeted a vehicle carrying Russian soldiers and rapidly closed in. At that moment, one of the soldiers inside reacted quickly and managed to jump out of the vehicle. The rest, however, remained inside and were hit as the drone struck. Phoenix unit. And watch how Russian forces are advancing on this front. No formation, no armored support, no coordinated approach. Small groups and individuals pushing toward Ukrainian defensive positions across open terrain, as if the lessons of the past 3 years haven't registered. Armored vehicles don't survive long enough on this front to be useful, so infantry goes forward without them. But infantry without armor, without formation, without counter-drone awareness, is simply a series of individual targets moving in a predictable direction. Every advance Phoenix is stopping here was never going to succeed. The tactics being used belong to a different war. A group of Russian soldiers attempted to cross a river by boat in an effort to reach Ukrainian defensive positions, but an unexpected drone strike put an end to their attempt. The 225th Assault Regiment has a dedicated unit with one mission: find and destroy Russian drones in the air. Their method: FPV drones with trailing wires designed to tangle into the propellers of incoming Russian reconnaissance drones and bring them down. Every Russian drone destroyed here is a blind spot on their side. No reconnaissance means no targeting data, no artillery correction, no visibility over Ukrainian positions. A Russian field depot, ammunition and food supplies stored together. Perun unit, 42nd Mechanized Brigade, Novopavlivka direction. One strike removes both, the rounds that were supposed to reach frontline weapons and the provisions keeping the soldiers fed. A Russian drone operator spotted setting up in a forested area. Reconnaissance drones, tracking every move. Once the full position was mapped, generators, shelters, satellite equipment, dozens of drones moved in simultaneously. Everything in the position was struck at once. Complete destruction. As the position burned, 2 Russian drone operators attempted to flee the area, but the FPV drone was already waiting. The operators who were launching Russian drone missions in this sector, gone. The infrastructure supporting them, gone. Donetsk City and Ukraine's Azov 41st Unmanned Systems Regiment, Pilum, is running daily strike operations on Russian logistics routes inside it. Think about what that means. A city Russia treats as deep rear area, a place where supplies move freely, where convoys don't expect to be hit. Ukrainian drone operators are now there every day. Vehicles carrying ammunition, troops, and supplies to the contact line, struck before they arrive. Every hit forces Russian command to find alternative routes, dedicate more resources to protection, and accept that no supply route inside Donetsk is safe. Intelligence picked up preparations for a mechanized assault. Magyar Birds 4th Battalion fiber-optic FPV drones navigate into the facility at Stakhanov Mine, and over the course of an hour, 4 armored vehicles and 6 ATVs are destroyed before any of them can deploy. Armor stopped in a garage cost Russia far more than armor stopped in the field. The assault that was being prepared around these vehicles cancelled before it started. When 4 armored vehicles are destroyed before an assault launches, how many Ukrainian positions just didn't get attacked today? Kupyansk direction. 41st Mechanized Brigade. Anti-tank mines dropped from drones onto Russian positions. Why mines instead of direct strikes? A T-mines deliver a shaped charge that penetrates hardened surfaces, bunkers, fortified shelters, reinforced positions that standard explosive payloads can't reliably destroy. When Russian forces dig deep, the mine gets through where the FPV can't. A Russian soldier on an ATV, Apache battalion operator, already closing in, struck on the move. Then the operators shift to the vehicles parked in the tree line nearby. One by one, each one struck before it can deploy. The ATV that was supposed to move fast, the parked vehicles that were supposed to stay hidden. None of it helped. June 12th, 2026, day 1569. Here's where things stand. Russian total losses have now crossed 1,380,120 personnel, with 1,300 casualties in the last 24 hours alone. 220 combat clashes recorded yesterday, heaviest fighting on the Pokrovsk front, with 62 engagements. This morning, Russian forces launched a massive artillery strike on Sumy. Overnight, Ukraine struck the Afipsky oil refinery and military logistics sites across Russia. Over the past 4 weeks, Russia has lost a net of 91 square miles of Ukrainian territory. Russia is now building 7 new Panzer air defense towers around Moscow after recent drone strikes on the capital. The drone war never stops. Subscribe for daily Frontline coverage. No agenda, just the facts. See you in the next one.